Good evening and welcome to another edition of the Dugout. Apologies for being late, but this time I will not blame Siddharth. He's usually because of whom we have late starts, but today it's not his fault. Let's be honest. Today it's a technical fault. We have a technical issue that we were encountering. We tried a lot. All of us tried to be techies, but we could not fix it. What would have been that technical fault? That's a quiz question for all of you. If you watch the show very closely, you will realize that there is something that is amiss. So, towards the end of the show, we will give the correct answer, and maybe you guys can also chip in. But we tried to solve it, it could not. Then eventually, certain comments got to us, like the one mentioned by Harsh Kedia, my producer. Shivam here tells me that Harsh put a comment that, we're taking so long to start that even the RCB retention list will come out by the time our show starts. That's a good one, very good comment. As much as it is taking a dig at us, but we enjoy good humor always. So Harsh, well done to your sense of humor and your comment. We absolutely love these things. Okay, but getting down to the business, it is...
It's been a manic Monday. Let's be very honest about it.
Your day started with like crazy breaking news. You must be like, "Kya karu? Where do I start with?" Hai na? One after the other,
after the other.
I was thinking when I was bombarding the group, I was like, Siddharth must be in panic mode right now. What should I do? Should I do morning rap? Should I do this breaking first? Should I put that?
Managed.
Because
see, the first major breaking news was, I thought, good times could be consistent in Pakistan, but we forgot that there is only one thing consistent in Pakistan, that is chaos. Gary Kirsten no longer part of the white ball coach.
Yeah.
For a guy who was lifted on people's shoulders in this side of the border, within 5 months, gone, tata, bye bye, see you, without even an official communique.
Who needs to be rewarded for this? No, official...
will come.
Yeah, no, but officially they have said that, smartly, that Gary Kirsten has resigned.
Yeah.
They have not fired him. He has resigned.
Yep.
Based on various reasons.
Today
That's
has been the day of resigning and firings.
But I'm saying full credit to a certain Harbhajan Singh.
Yes.
Because he had said few months ago,
Yes.
Gary, what are you doing here?
I know. Validation. I've gotten validation now. So yeah, I mean, what is it with Pakistan?
Antaryami he is.
What is it with Pakistan? Just 4 months to go for the Champions Trophy. Okay, now Jason Gillespie is going to be our all formats coach now. That is the report.
Apparently, apparently there was a tough fight between Aqib Javed and Gillespie, and I think they're going with Jason Gillespie.
So why can't they go with Aqib? He's the real guy who's changed the fortunes around.
Aqib Ball.
YK. Huh? Aqib Ball.
Aqib Ball, paves the path for the end of baseball.
I know.
Baseball, birth was in Pakistan, died in Pakistan. These are the memes floating on social media.
Oh boy, that was true. So yeah, there was chaos across the border.
Yes.
Gary Kirsten no longer in the white ball scheme of things, and
We also have Mohammad Rizwan as the new white ball coach. That's
White
the
ball
new
captain.
White ball captain,
he
sorry.
can be the coach. And we've seen Sarfaraz become the mentor plus this.
Yeah.
Anything enough.
And can you guess who is the vice captain?
In the white ball.
Yeah.
Shafi. No.
Salman Aga.
Aga.
Aga Salman.
Oh, Aga.
Pakistan looking at the future. When have we heard that?
Pakistan ने नया आगाज दिया है.
Wow. Well done. But there is more news closer home, which is going to be a lot of interest to you guys. But firstly, I want to know, before even we get into it, that I was a bit surprised with the topic. I asked these two to pick the topic and they've picked the IPL topic. I argued saying that, listen, now India has just lost the test match and you guys are already wanting to talk about IPL and IPL. They're saying, no, the world has moved on and we also have to move on from the loss. Let's get into discussing the IPL. I was totally against it, but my younger colleagues, insisted that enough of criticism, enough of time being spent on Indian team's test performance. जो हो गया सो हो गया, मिट्टी पाओ, they are saying move ahead. So I just went with them, but I'd love to know from you guys, would you have liked us to have continued talking about India's loss and where they lost the series? Who knows, that may still come up in our discussion because it's always free flowing.
Yep.
Or would you have rather have us talk about the IPL, because that's also nearing the deadline day, 31st it is. So that's my question. Why, Siddharth, did you want to move away from New Zealand and start focusing on IPL?
Because silly season, we are in the midst of a big silly season. This is one part of it will end by November 5, but the discourse will continue until November. This is only 3 days to go for the retention list. It is a hot topic. It's a topic which we are in the business of anyway finding out, so we had to go with the trend.
Okay, fair enough, fair point. You guys let us know if you agree with him, or would you be more old school like me and stuck to test match cricket. Anyway, the hot news, as I said, closer home, because we are talking retention, has come from LSG. And why I bring that news about, because that will lead us to our topic of discussion today. So the big headline from LSG is that they are not going to be retaining
KL Rahul. The 5 retentions are Nicholas Pooran, he'll be the highest.
No surprise.
Yeah.
No surprise.
Absolute. And captain of IPL 2020 for LSG.
More than likely.
More than likely he's the captain. Mayank Yadav, obviously LSG prodigy.
Very surprised.
No.
I'm surprised.
What surprise? We had him in our picks
Yeah.
when we did the LSG. How could you not? Despite the fact that he's going to make it.
I know that he was in a list, but I'm surprised with the amount that they are probably going to pay him. Because, see, injuries are going to be a big part of his career.
11 could be in the 11.
That's
bracket.
still, I
It
feel,
is
it's a big
swappable.
amount, to be very
but
honest.
then Ravi Bishnoi.
Should be.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
And your 2 uncapped in Ayush Badoni and
Mohsin Khan.
Yeah.
So-
then you get at 4-4.
4-4. So you're only going to go into the RTM with just one. One RTM.
I'm fine with
So
the
you're going Nicholas Pooran for the highest.
Yeah.
Mayank for 14, Bishnoi for 11, and the rest 2 4 crores.
Shouldn't it be the other way around? Bishnoi 14 and Mayank 11.
No,
If
pace.
at all it has to happen.
I mean, it's no right or wrong answer. It's a tough
Yeah.
one. It's a tough one.
I'm just asking your
It's a tough
opinion
one.
on this.
See, the thing is that, by the way, just to let you know about the rules, they can be paid less than that also.
Yeah.
But the rule suggests that money deducted will be the higher amount. So, for example, just to let you know that, supposing Nicholas Pooran at 18, you've retained him, and now between Bishnoi and Mayank, it is 14 and 11. Hypothetically, you've decided to pay them 8-8.
Yeah.
And you agree. The agreement is between the player and the franchise. You agree at 8 and 8, right? Then the amount deducted will still be 14 and 11 from your purse.
Yeah.
You can pay them 8-8. That's fine. But the higher amount is going to be deducted. So, for example, now in another scenario, let's say you were hypothetically retaining KL, okay, and you've retained Nicholas for 18. Now KL also is ready to be retained at, let's say, 18. Okay, I'm not getting into the second half, but only you're retaining 2. So you can retain him at 18. In which case, the second deduction that you will have is 18, not 14.
Oh.
So it is the
Higher amount.
whoever
Highest
is the
amount.
higher. So whether you pay the player more, that gets deducted, or whether you pay a player less, that gets deducted. So assuming, let's say, if you are getting the higher amount deducted, then it does not necessarily mean it will be 75 CR that I was saying. You can exceed that.
Exceed it.
Okay.
You
Okay.
can, but that comes out of
It
your
comes
pool.
out of the
So the
purse
simple thing is the higher amount will be counted.
Counted.
Yeah.
Whether it is, so if you retain him for less, still if it's the second slot, it will be 14.
14.
But if you retain him for more than 14, then that will be taken into account and deducted from your salary.
Yeah.
So those I think it's a fair rules.
It is a
Yeah.
fair rule.
Because it would have
Complicated
been-
but fair.
Yeah. So that's what they're going to do.
Yeah. So I think Mayank, 14 crores is justified.
You may still pay him 8. I'm
Yeah.
just hypothetically, but you are ready to get 14 deducted from your.
Exactly. So in that sense, these are your 5 retentions.
So you know where it makes sense for you to do this is when you think, let's say you get Mayank at 8, and then people will say, then why are you getting 14 deducted? Because if you have a feeling that he goes into the auction and can go for much higher than 14, then I might as well get him at a cheaper price. So I end up paying. That could be a calculation. Many will say you don't really need to.
Yep.
If you ask me honestly, what I would do is, because I don't think Mayank should go for that much. In which case, I will use RTM. In which case, I'm not going to let go of him. Don't get me wrong. I want him. But RTM allows me that. I'll keep watching everyone bid, whatever it goes to. Here's my RTM. I'm taking him. In which case, I can get him for cheaper than 14 or whatever else. There's a good chance for me to do. Anyway, we'll see what Lucknow Super Giants do. This is still based on what reports seem to be suggesting. But the big one here is, as I said, not retaining KL Rahul. That takes me to 2 questions. Both of you guys. Surprised with them not retaining KL Rahul? Yes, no. If yes, why? If no, why?
For me, it's not surprising because KL, the strike rate issues plus captaincy last year also left a lot to be desired. In the era of power play, he seems to be an anomaly. So that's why I think Lucknow did not want this 3-year cycle. So that is why now KL Rahul has been released into the auction pool. And I think they are looking at a new captain. They've got Nicholas Puran, the de facto captain then. So that's why I think KL, because of strike rate issues and because I think he lacked something in leadership last season also. I think that's why they decided to part ways with him.
Absolutely. I think even I'm not surprised with the fact that they're probably going to release him, despite the fact that Goenka made a comment a few days back that KL Rahul is family. So I don't really see that happening, to be very honest, with Rahul continuing
But
with
there's
LSG.
another saying, never do business with family. So I said he is family. No business.
No business.
I don't know why, I suddenly remembered that line from that famous movie, Vyapar and
I
Pyar.
have no idea.
No.
Movie references.
Even I don't know. Okay.
But I don't know, Shivam. You
Pyar,
can tell us.
Vyapar.
No, somebody help me.
Yeah.
Which from? Oh, this is from that. Oh, Rab ne bana. No.
No, Band Baja.
Band
Band
Baja
Baja.
Bharat, yeah.
I don't know. So you can tell me now. Do I have to know the answer?
No, even I forgot the name of the movie. So, what even I felt that was missing in KL Rahul's leadership.
But there was no pyar here. Sorry, wrong example.
Family is
Family is different.
There was Kalesh.
That
After Uppal, there was Kalesh. That's
is
it.
right.
there were hugs exchanged also at that time.
All for camera.
You don't do business with family. That business. But this pyar vyapar thing doesn't apply to this relationship.
But his leadership wasn't really inspiring at all. Ever since that loss against Hyderabad that they suffered.
9.4 overs, 167.
He has a 10-wicket loss.
Like
So
Travis Sheikh absolutely decimated them.
yeah, it had to happen. But I'm surprised that they're not retaining Krunal Pandya. I think he's that one player who I personally thought that would be retained by LSD.
But didn't have a great last season.
He did not, but he was a part of their leadership group, in the last 3 seasons or so.
You're letting go of your captain, yaar. What is leadership group?
There is no leadership.
No, but he even captained them when KL Rahul missed a chunk of IPL
Underwhelming
2023.
season. Underwhelming season. I'm not surprised. Underwhelming season. No surprise there. For me, and by the way, I'll just make it 3 out of 3 in terms of people who are not surprised with not retention for KL Rahul. I think the writing was on the wall. Even though on previous occasions I've kind of defended KL Rahul's axing from the test team for different reasons, but axing him as captain in IPL, no doubts about it. I think that's where he really underwhelmed and did not perform to potential. It's a very competitive environment. You're paying the big bucks. Everyone wants results. It's absolutely fine. There have been bigger players that have been let go. There have been bigger players that have paid the price. And you don't have to look far away. Mumbai Indians, 1 or 2 bad season here and there, and they've looked beyond Rohit Sharma as captain and so on and so forth. So KL Rahul let go, no surprise for me. That's the first question. The second question that I had based on KL Rahul, is he then going to RCB as captain?
Highly likely that's happening.
You think that'd be a right call?
I think going back home is probably always the right call. To
For
be
KL,
honest.
yes. For RCB,
I don't know. It could see.
If he goes to RCB, okay, KL Rahul,
Siddharth's favorite team. He'll tell us more.
he will fulfill 3 rules.
Okay.
If you appoint him as the captain, that's 1. You need an opening batter, that's 2. You need a wicket keeper, that's 3.
Where you need Faf and Virat are openers, no?
But
I'm
Faf,
not really sure whether
Faf-
Faf will
So
open.
for you, Faf is out.
yeah, Faf is out for me. Okay,
Spell
that
it
was-
out. Spell it out.
So Faf du Plessis for me is out. Okay, I think he's not coming back, or if there is, then he might be an RTM option, but that's highly
Possible.
unlikely. Okay, now Virat will he be captain? We don't know. Rahul will do 3 things. Why would you not want somebody who's a 3-in-1 or a 2-in-1 max, rather than just have 1-on-1?
Three in one is not a good reference in cricketing
I mean,
terms.
3D player and all that, I know, but
So you are happy.
I'm happy. It will solve RCB's thing, and I think all the pressure will be off Virat Kohli. The focus, they'll have a new target, na?
I have a
KL
feel-
Rahul.
I have a feeling that only 2 franchises will go for KL Rahul if he gets into the auction, which more than likely he will. RCB and Punjab Kings.
No, Punjab Kings again, from where his decline began.
No, he had outstanding seasons with
Yes.
Punjab
But again,
as a
strike
batter.
rate.
No, his strike rate also wasn't bad. You take out
The
those.
second season.
Yeah, but I think, that's the reason that Lucknow bet big on him. Simply because of the season that he was having there.
But
Yeah.
But the problem with KL Rahul coming back to Punjab, there is no structure in Punjab. Okay, they will promise him a castle, but it will be a settlement at the end of the day. So that is why Punjab, if he goes there, it's Haragiri for him.
So, in terms of KL Rahul, my only debate here is, if I am RCB, do I have no desire to win the IPL trophy?
Desire is always there. Who knows? See, what I told you is,
so okay.
what I told you is, all the attention will go away from Virat if KL becomes the captain. If they lose, if they win, KL will get everything.
How
na?
can, if Virat is in a team, how can attention go to any other player more than Virat?
KL Rahul has that because he's on the other end of the spectrum. All the trolling, everything will be directed at KL Rahul. Virat will be freed from that.
My only argument to that is why I said they don't want to win a title. That's not a pun on KL Rahul. What I meant was that they need they will get a new captain, right?
Yeah.
Okay, firstly, you reckon they're going to retain Faf?
I don't think so.
No. Will they go for Faf in the auction?
He could be an RTM option, as you said.
So
or
if
he
there
could
is,
probably-
are you going to Faf then as captain?
No, I don't think so. That's happening.
An overseas
But then you'll get
captain.
him and not make him
See,
captain.
Faf, I don't think he's going to be there for the next 3-year cycle. Whereas in case of KL Rahul, that's definitely going to be the case. So you would want to have him as captain.
So then why, if either you don't go for him at auction as well.
Yeah.
He was your captain. Now you don't want to retain him. Now you go for him in auction and bring him back just as a player. Is he offering you that much as a player now?
See, he did lead the CPL side to glory.
Yes.
Okay. That is one thing that is going with Faf du Plessis at this point in time. But we have to look at who are RCB's cast iron retentions. Kohli 18, Siraj 14. Then you may have Yash Dayal or Akash Deep in that 11 crore bracket.
Yash Dayal is yet to make his India debut.
So he
4
could be
crore.
4 crores. So
Yeah.
11 could be Rajat Patidar.
Possible.
4. You're going with 4 cases and 2 RTMs then in that case with RCB. Whether you're going to invest somewhere in Faf because you would want to target a Maxwell or a Green. We don't know
Maxwell again. You need to have a lot of courage to be retaining Maxwell now.
Yeah. Because
Lot
see,
of courage.
we
After
don't
the
know-
season that you dropped him from the team, you want to retain him? I don't know.
See, because Green is uncertain.
My point is, why I say is, you're going to get KL back, okay, bring him back, especially if you're not going to retain Faf, okay, he becomes your opener alongside Virat Kohli. My point is, why doesn't Virat take the reins of RCB once again? Why doesn't Virat Kohli now put his hand up and become the captain?
And I am a big fan of that. I
Yeah.
personally would want KL Rahul back at RCB. He can perform the dual role of being the opening batter and the keeper, and I don't mind even seeing him in the middle order also. That's also a good spot for him. But having Virat back as captain might just, help him rediscover his mojo with the bat.
How many times have RCB been serious contenders under Virat's captaincy?
2016.
That's it. The list ends there.
Okay. I'll put it in a different way. Between KL Rahul and Virat Kohli, you've seen KL Rahul as captain. Who would you bet on? If I am RCB team owners, which captain has a better chance of taking me to a title between the two of them?
No.
Answer that now.
Virat Kohli.
This is so
Let him answer, no, because he was. That's why I asked him.
This is so tough because it's RCB. The franchise is like that. But yeah, looking at past record, he was the closest who got you to the final. KL in his captaincy never got you to the final. So it has to be Virat Kohli.
Well, then you have your answer. So there is no argument to be made for Virat not being captain. That's another thing that they decide to retain Faf and make him captain again because they believe in him and whatever, so on and so forth. I would want Virat Kohli as captain for multiple reasons. Though if you remember, Gulati points out that he thinks that he can recover his mojo with the bat as well. Though if you remember, Virat left captaincy exactly for reasons which are contrary to what you're saying, which is he wanted to rediscover his mojo with the bat. So he left his captaincy, right? So there was a lull that he was experiencing and he thought that will allow him. He himself said it because he let go of his T20 captaincy both at an international level and at the IPL level because he wanted to, get his mojo back with the bat. He wanted to enjoy his cricket a bit more. Having said that, I'm still giving you the antithesis of that, and I still feel that Virat as captain, I think that he's at that time the atmosphere was such, one because of India not being able to win ICC trophies, there was other sort of pressure that was there. Then the whole thing of how it went down where there were suggestions that maybe it was time for captaincy to change, where he wanted to continue as ODI captain, but he was told no, only one captain in white ball cricket per se. And I think he gave up that captaincy not so much because he truly believed that giving away captaincy will get him his form back. He gave it back because I think he was done with all this external politics or pressure that was coming with it. And he said, to hell with it, you don't want me to be, I'll give it and I'll just concentrate on my batting and I'll try and contribute to the team. And he tried his best to do that. Now I think that there is enough water that is flown under the bridge. All that thing is in the past. Now no more Indian captaincy to aspire for or that debate, or he's not going back there anything. RCB is his baby. Remember that emotional message he came up with, that for the rest of his video message I think he had done, that he's going to be he'll finish his career at RCB, he wants to continue playing and wants to contribute. What better way and what a heroic sort of a fairy tale that would be if he was to take that captaincy, take RCB to a title. That I feel will fire Virat the batter, I agree, because I feel one of the biggest reasons why I see a dip in his form in general has been because one of his biggest strength was his mongrel-like attitude. I want to refer to something that Siddharth said the other day.
The Aussie mongrel.
No, because I'll tell you, when we were discussing our internal basketball tournament, and Siddharth on that day announced that what an aggressive final, we have won the tournament, and I told him, how do you know it was an aggressive final, you didn't even see it? So he told me, and he said it on air, that with you there it had to be an aggressive final, which I at that moment I took it more sportingly as a sense of humor. But then if you think of it a bit more, I feel, and at least that's how if you're playing a sport, at least how I see it, that aggression is not, in personal life you will not see that aggression, but I think in playing sport that aggression helps me perform better. It just fires you up. Because if you're not, then I think it's very easy to let the game float. It's just when you get aggressive, then what happens, you start your adrenaline is flowing, you're putting in an extra effort, and I think it's not that it works for everyone. People sometime because of that aggression allow that to lose focus from the sport. But I was just thinking, Virat, I think, and because we've seen so much of his cricket, I think aggression really makes him perform at a different level. He himself has spoken about it. Rest of the teams are aware of it. I think if he, that second lease of life that we're looking in Virat Kohli, the player, I also feel that he's become too Zen-like in the last few years. Even in his personal life, wherever I see him, he's too Zen-like. That is not the Virat we know. I mean, I like that Delhi mongrel life because, that is what made him Virat Kohli. That is what got the best out of him. Ever since he's, become a daddy, obviously you mature, you become rather easy. And we see him in meditation classes and he's obviously calming himself down. I saw this other, interestingly, there was this video the other day of paparazzi filming him and, teasing him about Border Gavaskar, this and that. And, he took it very sportingly. The earlier fiery Virat would have had a word or two to tell the paparazzi. So I was like, he's become too good. He's become a nice, good elder brother sort of a thing. Why?
See, he quit captaincy in 2020 after they got knocked out in the eliminator, right, in 2020 and 2021, right? 2022 he had a tough year. But then if you look at his IPL returns in 2023 and 2024, Virat the batter has stepped up. There is no question about Virat's form that, he lost the captaincy, he lost the batting touch also. But in the IPL, 1 year barring post-captaincy loss, he's done well in 2023 and 2024. I mean,
so out of 3 years, 2 years good, 1 year bad.
Yeah.
So for Virat, he still maintains that high standard.
No, so who's to say that he does not become captain and he still doesn't keep firing with the bat? I think he'll fire with the bat even more so. You saw last season how nice he was. Yeah. Like elder statesman with the team, calm, quiet, pumping them up.
The last time,
other than the LSG game, but that wasn't last year.
That was 2023.
2023.
So, but last year was very calm, quiet.
And what about this?
No, the CSK game.
Yeah, I was coming to that only. What about this year? I was about to say.
No, but okay, other than the CSK game.
Only 2 instances in 2 years.
What was the story after that? Somebody read and they said, firstly they didn't shake hands,
they
right?
Didn't shake hands.
Yeah. CSK did not shake hands.
Yes.
And Dhoni didn't punch a TV in anger or anything.
But that was reported somewhere, no?
It was reported, but we never reported it.
But it was false.
It was false. It never happened, okay? I mean, that showed Dhoni's high-handedness. I'm very sorry. You can't shake hands with the opponent who's just vanquished you. I can imagine, I can understand.
Over the top celebrations by RCB.
But that is their nature. Because they had never beaten CSK for 7 years. That's why, at home. At home, that too. So that is why, see, the celebrations were over the top, but that is RCB. That is the fan base. That gets the best out of them anyways. But not shaking hands, you could have waited. 2-3 minutes more. What harm could have?
For once, he has taken RCB's side.
Yeah,
never in his life.
The videos that we did, I mean,
very rare occasion that he
I personally thought it was high-handedness from CSK. Shouldn't have happened.
Very rare that you take RCB's side. No, always doing RCB bashing.
See, then they can't, I will not be accused, I only bash them. I also take the side when there is truth in it. But see, Virat not being the captain will not change much because he's already doing well in the IPL with the bat.
Yeah.
But apart from that, see, if they win the title, and I can imagine the fairy tales, I mean, Virat at the Chinnaswamy, okay, who won the title this time? KKR. Oh, it will be at Eden. If he wins it at the Chinnaswamy, I can imagine the fairy tale, the ticker tape parades that will all be around.
Even if it's not, RCB winning a title, if Virat is captaining, do you know what a story that will be?
A big story.
Who knows, you might start saying, bring him back as India captain after.
No.
See, I feel that.
Well, people are already saying that.
Yeah.
I know where that trend comes from.
Where does it come from?
It comes from the
in
fact
test
that
match after you lost the series, people are saying, look at
Rohit has lost double in 1.5 years what Virat didn't achieve in 7 years of captaincy. 14 onwards. I'm talking about Adelaide, not any time before that. Because see, 2 test losses at home. Rohit's already done 4.
In a span of almost 7.5 years.
7.5.
So what are you trying to say? First, let's show the record that Siddharth is talking about. What record are you saying? This is the home record in test matches.
Test matches. When they took over the captaincy, Virat's first series was South Africa.
Home series, yeah.
Since that time till England.
This is an incredible, huh? Thanks for putting these numbers out. 31 test matches that Kohli captained, he's only lost 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those 2 losses
And
were
half the matches Rohit's captained, and he's lost double the
double the
matches.
number. The 2 losses
The loss percentage is a huge difference.
And even the
27.
2 losses of Kohli, they came
in
at a-
rank turner, one and
in
one
turners,
sporting wicket.
Yeah, in Pune
Pune
and
and
the other
Chennai.
one in Chennai. Also, they came at a 4-year gap. Like one came in 2017 and the other came way
2021.
back in 2021. So I think that speaks volumes of India's test dominance under Virat Kohli, because it was his captaincy coupled with his batting also that proved to be a fine reason why India were able to continue their home dominance.
Okay, I want to ask you, can we see the series record as well? How did they
Yeah,
do
we,
overall
pulled that
series?
out.
Okay, so this is home series record.
Yeah.
5 under Rohit already. He's won 4 and lost 1. Oh, Kohli, of course, yeah, he never lost
he
a
never
series.
lost.
He may have lost 2 test matches. So, are you telling me that India made a mistake going past Virat Kohli? But he let go of that.
He
I
only
have a
let-
feeling that India, I think there should have been more talks to have him continue as the test captain until maybe for the next maybe couple of years or so, until maybe 2024 this year, because I think Virat as a test captain is something that India really needed, primarily because of the fact that you needed that transition to happen very smoothly under him, something that's not been the case under Rohit Sharma, to be very honest. Secondly, I think you need that aggression, you need that fire in a captain that's actually required to defeat a strong opposition in their own backyard. The only reason why we are currently not having India as favourites for the Border Gavaskar Trophy, or one of the prime reasons why we probably don't think that India are going to win the Border Gavaskar Trophy for the 3rd time in a row in Australia, is also down to the fact that Rohit's leadership is not that inspiring in the past few months.
But there is a dark underbelly to Virat's captaincy. Let's be very honest about it. He only won in Australia amongst the Sena countries. He drew in England, which is credit to him, but never won in New Zealand.
he did
never won
not. He
in
did
South
not
Africa.
drew in England. He was 2-1 up in England.
2-1, but then
Yeah.
see, by that time it was India's decision to quit the 5th test and play it at a later date.
Okay.
That was India team decision under whose captain?
No, but that was because of external factors.
COVID.
No, COVID.
COVID played a reason. So that was the smoke screen.
The only Sana country where under Virat, India had like
No,
bad losses was New Zealand.
let's talk about home because
Yeah.
of the numbers that you just guys put it. Because we were talking about RCB's captaincy, and I think he needs to get back there.
It coincided, okay. 16 was the year for Virat because he won everything at home. He didn't lose. He lost in 17 that one test at Pune, but then 16 he was the run machine for RCB that made them number 1 and also got them to the final.
Okay, so you reckon, I mean, just now if we look at it in hindsight, do you think, see, if you had not, again, the other way of looking, if you had not moved away from Virat, would Rohit have come in? And if Rohit did not come in, would you have been T20 world champions? That's another thing, because that's the criticism that came, and I think was the primary reason all of that. We got to put it into perspective, right? We're trying to see both sides of the story. But again, firstly, do you agree with that? That if you had not,
Yeah, see, because look, I weigh the scale. ICC trophies 0 for Virat. He came close in 2 finals, didn't do it. Rohit has 1 ICC trophy as a captain. These are all as captains. Okay,
yeah.
that's 1. Under Virat's captaincy from 13 onwards, or 14 onwards until 21, 0 IPLs. But under Rohit's captaincy, 5 IPLs. Now at that time we were saying, Rohit is a better white ball captain because of IPL, obviously.
But yet you had a situation in the IPL of his own IPL team moving away from him and getting another, captain.
That happened.
I'm not saying that was the right decision. I'm just telling you.
That happened after 3 failures. 3 failures of Rohit Sharma.
But yet what he showed, that he won the title after that.
Yeah. That is credit to Rohit Sharma.
So I'm just saying IPL judgment is different. But just to answer that, I agree that the criticism for Kohli came. His test numbers far superior. And Siddharth thinks yes. And you think, no, we did not, because that is what gave us Rohit the white ball captain. How about this scenario? Because actually, if you look at it, that's exactly the scenario that Virat Kohli wanted. He wanted to let go of T20 captaincy to begin with. That eventually forced him to let go of Test and ODI captaincy. However, if you had gone with what just he wanted, which is let go of T20 captaincy, he probably would have continued as ODI and Test captain, in which case you would have anyway had Rohit as T20 captain, in which case you would have anyway been T20 world champions, and he could have continued being Test captain where you wouldn't have lost the home series. Yeah. Could that be a possibility? You're getting best of both sides.
I'm fine with that.
It was a possibility.
Yeah, absolutely.
So maybe you erred at that time. Maybe you erred at that time where
Definitely.
you rushed him out of.
Virat Kohli, see, I'll just talk as a casual fan now, okay? When Virat stepped down as the Test captain, did you ever think that, okay, maybe this was the right time for him to quit the Test captaincy? When I read that statement, I was like, no, this is not the right time. It could have come maybe in a couple of years' time. That would have been a different discussion altogether. But that was definitely not the right time, because you never know. Things could have been completely different until 2023 had he continued to captain India.
See, the outside noises were growing. What was the main trend at that time with Virat? Because you couldn't argue on his home numbers, you couldn't argue on his captaincy numbers.
You couldn't
No
really argue on the
ICC.
Sena number also.
No, you could. You could.
No, where else did you, before that or after that, get the kind of success that you even got under Virat in Sena countries?
See, you won.
South Africa, you had never anyway won, right?
No, Dhoni had better success, ironically, in South Africa because he drew.
Yes, drew, correct, but you never won a series, right?
Even under Virat, you didn't win. You
Exactly
came
my
close
point.
In 17, 18,
so
20,
where is the benchmark to say that he could have done better? The only exception is under Dhoni you won in New Zealand.
Yeah.
But that New Zealand was so unlike New Zealand. I covered that series. That were the flattest tracks that I've ever seen New Zealand produce.
Yep.
Not before, not after.
Yeah.
But not to take anything away from the Indian team. By the way, that was a gun of an Indian team also that you had.
You see, the main trend at that time was ICC trophies. You didn't win the WTC. That broke the camel's back. You didn't win the WTC. For all you had built up for, you didn't win a WTC final. Misjudgment of the conditions. Wrong team composition.
But that didn't change with the change of captain.
It didn't change. The same trend continued, but then
so the joke with that is, what's worse than not winning a WTC final is not qualifying for it. Because now you are in that stage.
Rohit achieved this in double quick time because he was tasked with the captaincy in just after his second home series.
Yes.
He didn't captain in England because he got COVID. So second home series, already he was up against it. From flat tracks, you went to rank turners. He inherited that legacy. He produced only rank turners, and you fell flat, and you didn't adjust in England. Here, Rohit has already caught up for time. First captain since MS Dhoni to lose at home. So who is he under? MS Dhoni's influence, or is he a different captain, or has Virat given the right legacy?
There's also a stat going around on social media that when you lost to England under Dhoni's captaincy in 2012, a few months down the line, you won the Champions Trophy. That's the stat.
You did. 6 months later in June, you won.
So then why even crib about this series loss? Because White Ball Trophy is bigger.
Yeah, you can look at it from two ways. Either you crib about this loss, or you say that we had a good time.
The only difference is 2012. After that, there wasn't a big series like a BGT coming up.
Yeah.
Here you can't get solace from Champions Trophy. That is when it happens, where it happens, what you win. It's another thing. And I don't think the Champions Trophy, truth be told, yes, a World Cup still fine, whether it's a T20 or a 50 over World Cup, you could still argue, winning that is a great thing.
Champions Trophy.
But a BGT, I mean, I ask you, between a BGT win or a loss and a Champions Trophy winner, what would you prefer? BGT win, right? It's simple. So you have a bigger test coming up.
Yeah.
So forget Champions Trophy. Nothing is going to the Indian fan, which is a bit hurt right now, rightfully so, after a home series loss after 12 years. The only way to bring a smile back on his face is to win the BGT, which is going to be a tough task. I don't think
to win
Champions Trophy will give you that much joy.
Yeah, 4 tests you have to win in the BGT. Then you are looking at a broader picture of World Test Championship.
And why this loss hurts a lot is because...
But that too, you've decided not to qualify, so as to save yourself from
another eerie
ignominy of...
There is another eerie coincidence. The year India lost a home series at home, Test series at home. It was the last time we had a world chess champion as an Indian. And now we have lost a test
many
series at home.
codes.
The world chess championship was coming up in November.
No, but this loss definitely
Mukesh.
hurts because in 2012, England were a credible team. I think
Yeah,
brilliant
yeah.
team to be honest.
Incredible team.
This New Zealand team, I think heading into the series, they were pretty ordinary after what had happened in Sri Lanka, and their subcontinent record also, spoke a lot.
So
So
didn't win for 8 months, 36 years, 8-36, and you had no Kane Williamson.
it's not like New Zealand have won a series. I think India have handed it to them.
No.
It feels like that.
Back to the topic, Virat Kohli as RCB captain. Gulati has said yes. I have said yes. Siddharth has said no. My other point is, honestly, because as I post, what other option do you have for RCB? If you're not going for a FAF, between a KL Rahul, Virat Kohli, I'd pick a Virat Kohli as captain any day. Now, how many overseas captains are anyway available? Please tell me. How many overseas captains are going to be available? None. Pat Cummins is not going to be there,
Yeah.
right? So how is that going to, help you? He's going to be there either
in the
not
side.
playing or with Sunrisers. Who are the other overseas Puran will be
Pooran
with
will be
LSG.
LSG.
Where else are you going to get captain? So the only options available with RCB are go back to FAF, which all of you have said is not a great decision. Get KL, make him, which all of us have agreed, not
Would
a
you-
great decision.
Would RCB want to?
It is Virat Kohli. Make him captain. Make him the batter that he is. It'll
It is nicely slotting back into place, isn't it?
I think
The
they might.
arguments that's there.
They might also look at one option. Maybe have Glenn Maxwell as captain.
Oh yeah, come on, he doesn't fit into the 11, yeah. A disastrous season dropped
Yeah,
after
You will
6
get-
matches.
they
you
are
will get
RCB.
RCB going the Punjab Kings way then.
They're RCB. They can do anything. That's the
But
point.
that then, yeah, if you go by that logic, then we might as well never discuss Punjab Kings and RCB in auction. Then we might as well say that, okay, it's silly season, anything will
Then
happen.
how about Mohammad Siraj saying that ये RCB team है और मैं इसी का captain हूँ?
See, he's gotten the DCP rank, AP Dillon, so.
That is the other problem in cricket that we are facing. And see, this is the thing. I feel one of your major reasons where you are is because now everyone is captaincy material in Indian cricket. We have discussed the loss of test cricket ad nauseum, various reasons, technical, tactical, everything. One of this reason is this also. Now everyone is a captain in every format. Anyone you ask, they want to be IPL captains, white ball. I think your captain, the start of 2024 was KL Rahul in test match.
2024 in South Africa.
No,
Yeah.
it was Rohit Sharma.
No,
only.
Rohit missed out. No, in
No,
that.
Rohit did not miss
Yeah.
out on this South Africa series. It was 2021. That's when KL Rahul
No,
was
that
the
I know.
captain.
That because Virat had this thing
Back
back in.
spasm injury.
Yeah. KL captain, I think, in which.
I think he's right.
Yeah,
Cape
yeah.
Town. Cape Town,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it was
Rohit
KL
did
the
not
captain.
play.
Rohit did
This
not-
series?
Yeah. Rohit was dismissed cheaply in Centurion.
Because
Rohit
we'll
played
just
both
show-
the matches. Rohit definitely played both the matches. See,
will just tell
Rohit
you.
has captained India in a total of 20 test matches till now. 15 are at home and 5 overseas, 2 West Indies, 2 South Africa, 1 WTC final. Yeah,
maybe.
he definitely played.
Yeah, let's look
I'll
at
just
the
tell you.
Cape Town test.
KL basically KL
Johannesburg.
No. KL captained you in the Australia series that took place before the ODI World Cup last year.
The ODIs.
Yes.
Yeah,
ODIs.
That was the
ODIs.
ODI. Therein you won 2-1.
You won 2-1 there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
KL captained you in the first 2 ODIs. Then you had Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli back for the
Rajkot.
third ODI that you lost.
Yeah, in Rajkot.
Yeah, that was a dead rubber.
Yeah. Then that actually laid the base for Australia to do well because they got the confidence. Okay, they would have lost in the Chennai match. Then they dealt us the knockout blow in November 19th.
KL was the keeper batter in that South Africa series because
He
you
was.
did not go with Shrikar Bharat. Ishan Kishan wasn't available, and so was the case with Rishabh Pant.
Correct. So that is the thing. Yep. Rohit failed miserably in both the tests, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was undone by a peach from Rabada and Centurion. So Yep. So yes, you had you were touted to have Hardik, but then he didn't make it. So it was automatically Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli who came back for the Afghanistan series. Then it continued. Rohit was there for the England tests because Virat wasn't there. So I think you had one captain entirely until this point in time. Surya became your captain in the T20I format in Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
Zimbabwe, it was Shubman, right? In Zimbabwe, I think.
Yeah, it was Shubman. Yeah. After the T20 World Cup.
Yeah, after the T20 World
So,
Cup.
I think that obviously you do not really have any more overseas options available. Well, we'll probably have to look at the list also as to who of the overseas players are going to be there for the auction, because I can only remember select few names. Like there is a Faf du Plessis, and you're still not sure whether MI are really going to retain or use an RTM card for a certain Devard Brevis, because he could also.
See, you know why? I think your 5 retentions.
No, his last was
Who's?
KLS captain.
Johannesburg.
No, Mirpur.
Oh, Dhaka.
That was 2022.
Yeah, I mean 20 started 2023.
Yes,
No,
yes,
it was
yes.
end of 22 started
That
23.
before
Hand
Rishabh Pant's
injury.
accident.
Yeah.
Before Rishabh Pant's
Yeah,
accident.
That's why I'm saying someone who was your captain about a year ago,
Yeah.
year and a half
Year
ago,
and a
is
half.
not even in your team because everyone wants to be captain. Everyone.
KL was the captain for that throughout the series, throughout the 2 test matches against Bangladesh. Yeah.
He was. Because Rohit had that thumb injury in that
ODI.
third ODI that was there. So,
Yeah.
no, but then the thing is, see, Mumbai's 5 retentions, if logic is there, Hardik, Rohit, Bumrah, Surya, either of Akash Madwal
Or
or
Nehal
Nehal
Vadera.
Vadera. Okay, one uncapped. If they want to retain a 6th, an Ishan Kishan. I don't think they'll go for an RTM for all the others because see, how many times has Devard Brevis played?
Hardly.
Hardly.
Apart from the debut season.
Hardly. So that is why if you look at it, the 2 South Africans whom we thought would do well haven't done well. Tristan Stubbs to a certain extent, Delhi Capitals has done well. But Devard Brevis has not looked the part. So that is why your 5 to 6 retentions in that case could be looking at Ishan's thing. I think he will not be retained. So my 5 are Rohit, Hardik, Bumrah, Sky, Akash Madwal or Nehal Vadera.
Pretty much the same for me. Or if you want to retain 5 and have Tilak Verma as your RTM option.
Tilak might be an RTM option for me. So that is why, looking at the case, I think Mumbai are sorted. RCB, I don't know who are sorted. I told you 4 names. I don't know about Green. Green could be out for 6 months. So I think he's not making it to the auction at this stage in time. And they may not want to risk it also. 17 crores, I don't know whether I will be able to get him. So that's the way. So that is why 4 options in RCB, but I don't know who will be the foreigners pick. That will be a big debate.
Can we take some sawal, Shivamji?
Oops.
Thala for a reason is here.
Thala 7-7.
By the way, I did you see that there was a reel that's gone viral? He was asked about that. So do you know? So he says yes, I've seen it. That there is it, but I don't know whether they're making fun of me or whether they're praising the logic is. But I know what you're talking about. Thala for a
reason. Whoever came with that was a genius.
So Thala 7-7, as you know, his birth date and his year he's got. Yes. So he's a big MS Dhoni fan. Clearly says Australia always bless VK comeback peak.
2012 100 after criticism. Big 2014 16 T20 start peak. 2018 captain comeback. 2021 comeback to home. 2022 World Cup comeback.
Yeah.
But Australia, I mean, they have gotten the measure of it. I mean, under his peak. In 2017, he had his first bad series at home with the bat. 46 runs, I think he only managed in those 3 matches.
Okay, Rahul Java says, where are the journos asking difficult questions to the Indian team in press conferences? Even the commentators, he feels, are the same thing, barring a few, which I agree. I agree that is, how the cookie crumbles. Not too many tough questions are asked. I mean, there are also not too many opportunities you get in press conferences, but I agree, not too many tough questions asked to teams.
Perhaps the way, I think the Indian players know how to stonewall all this.
Yeah, you
Especially
can.
Rohit and Virat, they are masters. In
But
stone bowling.
if there are no tough questions asked, but I also feel that there is still scope for not tough but unbiased and objective analysis. People may like it, people may dislike it, but it's our job then to speak uh, honestly, as we try and attempt here at Sports Today. You know, people may agree with a certain view or not. You know, you may get bashed, or I may, or Gulati may, for the views that we have, but that shouldn't deter us from expressing what you genuinely feel
Absolutely.
like.
Exactly.
So that's our intention, our endeavor.
Yep.
But yeah, you're right.
True.
Okay, Rahul's got another question. Rahul Java, he says RCB anyway don't do well, and you want to add
KL
KLS in that team. That's ridiculous. Punjab and LSG have already bore the brunt. So that's not a great idea, he feels. But you know, again, as I said, I think I agree that Kashan would not make him my captain. But him coming back to Bangalore, his home place, maybe I can utilize him as a better batter, free him from that captaincy and all that pressure. Also speak to him of what I would want or what I expect out of him. And then, you know, he be allowed to execute that. But someone be the captain who then, I feel sometimes he fails to see the bigger picture, the larger picture, and that's why he gets lost. If there is someone who can drive him to be doing that, as a batter, is he not capable enough? I don't think so. He is capable enough, as he's shown in the past. I think it's a clarity of thought that he lacks. Maybe if someone can give him that, he could be an asset to a team.
He could
Wouldn't be as harsh as Rahul is.
But KL Rahul, I've always felt that he is more of a confidence player. Like if he has the 100% backing of any team management or a franchise, I think he's going to do well. So sometimes, even if when you're not doing well, you need someone to come and just put a hand on your shoulder, and it's like, okay, you just go on with the way you are going, it's going to be fine. Maybe if he doesn't get that, he doesn't really have the confidence that
He
to
allows
perform.
the outside noise to get to him. All the time he may be doing this, he may be putting on a charade, but he lets the outside noise affect him.
Maybe.
After he did that, he might have scored 100, but then after that his form's absolutely tapered.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Dex is saying, can RSA reach WTC final? Remember, their fast bowlers are injured in this Bangladesh tour. Marco Janssen, Gerard Kutsia, Nandre Berger will be back for the Hope
They are
Test
one of the
ceremony.
hot favorites to reach the WTC final. See, they have a total of 5 matches remaining. One more against Bangladesh that's going to begin tomorrow. 2 Pakistan and 2 Sri Lanka. If they win
All
4
5.
of their remaining 5, then they'll be guaranteed a slot.
Yeah. See, with South Africa's resurgence and with India's slump, Australia versus India is not guaranteed. That's the only thing which is different from the past WTC cycle.
Yeah.
Abhishek Sharma, why are you guys so much obsessed with Virat? When Pujara Rahane failed, have you focused on him so much? Yes, we did. Every single time when Pujara was scoring those double tons in county cricket, we did say that yes, he's scoring runs, but then can he capitalize on it in Indian cricket? Unfortunately, he didn't. He came back for the WTC final, just didn't happen. So that's the thing. Abhishek Sharma, Virat average last 5 years. Now do show who should be in India Test 11 and who do not, and be unbiased. 2020, 19.3, 2021, 28.2, 2022, 26.5, 2023, 55.9. Now currently it's 27.2. Now see, we know the average. Common sense dictates that yes, he shouldn't be starting. But then it's Virat Kohli. Are you going to sidetrack 7 years of his peak, which no individual will ever achieve, and counteract with 5 years of a slump? It's getting there slowly, but then somewhere down the line, it has to stop. The slump has to end, or he will lose his place. He's aware of that. I think he will start. He has to start. So that's the
At least for the next 5 or 6 test
next
matches.
5 or 6 test matches. Mr. Shekhar GTN from the US is saying, since I haven't followed auctions before, is it true that you don't disclose RTMs during retention announcement and the RTM players are informed in private?
No, I don't think so.
Nikhil, are you aware of that?
Sorry.
Are RTM players informed in private? Like the franchisee doesn't inform to the public that yes, you will be RTM'd.
No. See, why will whoever you are going to RTM, it's never going to be
public knowledge until
yeah.
the very last moment when you raise the.
Obviously, obviously. How can you announce that in advance? The other teams will know that you want to RTM him. I'll just keep raising his thing. You don't even have to, by the way, inform players. Technically, you can always step in. You can't do anything. Players can't say no, by the way.
Yeah.
They can't. They don't have the option of saying no. But mostly they have this conversation so that he doesn't feel left out and you.
You'll only raise the RTM thing when the auctioneer is doing
I'm just going to call you back.
Thala 7781 again. He's countering Abhishek when he says average from 2020, VK is 32, Rohit is 36. That's unbiased. Yep. Arham is saying, Nikhil sir, do you have any update on Pant's status in DC? Secondly, which keeper do you think CSK will most likely target as Dhoni's backup?
Pant is himself having fun on social media.
You know, I never thought that I would see him outside of the Delhi team, but now the more I hear, I would not be surprised.
Oh.
There's
I
one
won't
more
be surprised.
There's one more important player who might not be a part of his team, despite leading them to a title win.
Yeah. I'd be surprised though if that was to happen.
I'm talking about Shreyas Iyer.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I got it. Yeah.
No. Pant for a. If Delhi release him, it will once again continue the horror that it's a legacy of Punjab and RCB. No, Delhi will be on top. You let go of an AB de Villiers, you let go of a Shikhar Dhawan in the past. Look at how they hurt you. You didn't pick a Virat Kohli. As simple as that. That's Delhi Capitals for you. Delhi Daredevils at this point. So talking about Australia, what's it? Sarthak Arya. Best build-up has been done by DC. Still not sure if RP is coming to the auction or not. If he does, then is the idea of RP, KL and VK and RCB too far-fetched? Very far-fetched. Why? But I can understand where it is because they need a keeper. Pant going to RCB will be mind is blown in that sense. KL, but then will his fitness allow him to keep? That's another debate altogether.
Okay, I'll take this comment from Abhishek Sharma. Gulati ji, does it not look like India have given it to New Zealand? Santner has earned his wickets. Henry too earned his wickets. Come on, optimism at its
Which
peak.
is why I wasn't happy with that comment. We gave it to New Zealand.
Okay, my point here was that when you lost to England in 2012, you felt like you have lost to a credible opposition. I'm saying it's no disrespect to the current New Zealand Test team, but when you lost it to them, when you lost the series to them, it did not really felt like you have lost to someone who is like one of those dominant Test teams. You're still clearly better than New Zealand in Test cricket.
See,
that's the point.
If I can sum it up in one line, you lost not only to a team, you lost a test match to a part-time cricketer, a full-time golfer.
Yes.
Simply put, I'm not saying it. It's the man who won them the test match, said it, right?
Mitchell Santner.
Who's I'm the biggest fan of. Have always been.
CSK.
There is no disrespect to New Zealand here. New Zealand were better on those given days against India, but are New Zealand a better test team than India? We can have an argument on that.
Yep. Thala 7781 again. Talking about Oz away. Always comeback peak for Virat. Yes, he has done well on 3 tours that he's gone there. 2012, 14 and then now 2020. Although he just played 1 test. 74 and 6 if I'm not mistaken in that match. Ishan Bhatt, Love ST. Is Kohli been made to play just because of the milestone is for grabs? If he played in the 90s era, his average would have been below 40. And to take tough call, what milestone is coming his way that he has to play for so much? 100 hundreds, but that will take
That's the only milestone.
years.
That's why I think he still has about 1900s to get there.
1900s to go. So that is why. See, anyway, I think he's not making it to the 100 hundreds mark. With the form that he's in, no way.
And
he's
in which
only
ways
play 1 or 2 formats.
he does not really play
That's the
3
problem.
formats now.
Shubham Garg, Nick sir, when KL VK gets out early, program headline is VK KL fails again. But if Rowe or others get out early, headlines are saying XYZ player departs. Why? Where is that the case? Where is that the case, Shubham? I don't know. We are not going to.
No, but also my point is that if they. I thought he is talking about Virat and Rohit, that they make more headline. But he's saying no.
it's Virat KL, then the
No,
program
no.
is on
I
the
think,
focus.
in Rohit's case, I think he got a lot of flack this time. So it's unfair to say that only Virat or KL get the flack and Rohit does not. He also did. So but if Virat and Rohit do get a lot of flack, I understand the top players always do. But they'll also get the plaudits, right, when you do well. That comes with the territory of being the player that you are. Happened with, for time immemorial, all big guys. Gavaskar, Kapil, Sachin, Dravid, all of them.
Ganguly.
I kind of like the next comment by
I'll
Sarthak
go for it,
Sachdeva.
please.
Butler
Could go to auction.
to RCB as captain, wicketkeeper, opener. Yes.
There are reports that
I think he's
RR
not
might
getting retained
retain
by
him.
RR.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
That's
Josh Butler.
that's a good possibility.
Yeah. But I'd still take Virat.
So no KL.
No, KL as a player, not a bad idea.
Yep. Shubham Garg is telling me, said we stop calling resurgence of South Africa. They have got the easiest of draws, 3 home series with Asian countries, away tours to Bangladesh, West Indies and New Zealand, they lost. But yeah, that is the draw that is given to them. They didn't ask for the draw. And imagine, they would have been in a much better position had they sent their A team to New Zealand rather than a C or a D team, because the SA20 for them was so important.
Yeah.
They lost 2-0 and New Zealand, this has been a history making year. First series win against South Africa ever. First series win in India ever. And
First T20 World Cup also.
the nightmarish stat, Bumrah has played 5 tests against New Zealand. India have never won. 2 in New Zealand 2020, they lost 2
here.
WTC, now 2. 5 tests, Bumrah.
That's the secret.
Huh?
That's the secret of winning against New Zealand. Rest him.
Yeah. Bumrah is there. So that's why they keep on winning against them. Okay. Abhishek Sharma, come on. Yes, New Zealand is better than India. Okay. He says New Zealand is better.
Okay.
New Zealand have beaten them, NZ beaten them in NZ, England. Okay. Does beating NZ in India make them better than NZ? I don't think so. Yes, I mean, they have beaten them in all conditions. That's what he's saying.
Okay, that's fine. We can agree to disagree.
Indeed. Okay, Thala 7781 again. Your typical Indian media. Just 1 month ago, Nick sir got all stats to prove VK will get to 100 tons playing 2 ODIs even with slump. Not much happened in 2 to 3 tests, bro.
Okay, so I thought that Virat will get runs. If he did not get runs, how is that our fault?
You know, Thala
Like who can, if you had asked Virat himself, he wouldn't be able to predict how many runs you're going to get. It's all, and by the way, all those predictions that I had mentioned, if you've seen it, they are not prediction as in our assessment. Those predictions were based on forecasting, which is a technique that you apply when you look at certain scenarios and you look at how under certain scenarios XYZ has done. You do it for various other things as well, not just individuals but products and companies and so on and so forth. And in forecasting, then you look at if things remain the same, then you can extrapolate that data in future, what might happen. It's just putting forward that.
And by the way,
it's not an opinion as such.
Even 7 years ago, I had written a piece wherein if Virat had maintained the form from 15-17 onwards, we maintained it for another 7 years. By now, he would have gotten to 110.
No, but the problem with that is you're assuming form, right? But what we did in our projection was we looked at the lulls and the highs and then put them together. So then assuming for that much room for lulls and highs. So going forward also you're expecting lulls and you're expecting highs. But if the highs don't come, then it's a different thing. Or if the lulls don't come, then it's a different thing. You can't do that. Nobody can predict that.
Shubham Garg, Nick sir, Samit Dravid going to RR or RCB?
You Shubham Garg, naughty person, that's the one. He's going nowhere. He is going to be playing age group cricket for now. Yeah, he needs to get into the groove. He played the Karnataka Premier League, right? Didn't have a great outing.
Didn't have a great outing.
Okay, last couple of comments before we wind up. Siddharth is saying, Nikhil sir, first congrats for remarkable Barca win. Wow, man. What a week it's been if you're a Barcelona fan. Good days, yeah. But his question on cricket, is that, is leverage for Virat coming to an end of all his goods in his career? See, leverage for anyone will come to an end.
Yeah.
You know that, no matter how big a player you are. If you saw our previous discussions, I mentioned if it can come to an end for Rahul Dravid, for a Sachin Tendulkar, for an MS Dhoni. If not those big names, then Pujara and Rahane, all of that. So it comes, just that the time differs, or the time period differs. It will for everyone, as it should. As it should.
Father time waits for no one.
Yeah.
Austin.
Ha.
So, sir, if Pant goes to the auction, will he break the IPL auction record? Of the 10 teams, CSK, RCB, PBKS, LSG will bid for him. Mock IPL auction before the auctions, please.
Good idea.
He can.
No.
He can break the record.
There is one person who's going to break the all-time record if he's thrown into the auction.
Rashid Khan.
Jasprit Bumrah.
Jasprit Bumrah.
Yeah. If he goes into the auction, the big one.
If Mumbai release him, it will be the most foolhardy thing that's ever been done in the history of IPL auctions. You're not releasing him just.
You're also, even a Hardik Pandya as a player is going to get a lot of money.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think the guy who will break the record is
Jasprit Bumrah.
30 crore plus.
Possible.
Aram se.
Okay, final comment. Okay, last two comments. We've got Kevin Abraham. He's saying, what are India's chances in Mumbai? One more bad session could mean a whitewash.
I mean, for the first time ever, India will get whitewashed in a 3-test series at home. It's happened once, a 2-test series, that was in 2000, South Africa. But 3-0 at home, man, that'll be the lowest of the low.
That another loss would mean all but end to your WBC final chances.
Because you need to win 4 in Australia.
Yes, yes.
And finally, Tejas Karde. He's saying, Nikhil Siddharth and Gulati, my favorite panel on sports today. You three are very calm, knowledgeable, experienced, and most important, have a neutral view of Indian players. Thanks for all. Thank you so much, Tejas. I think that's a perfect comment to end the program with.
Yes.
And thank you all for your company, as always. If you do enjoy our content, please give us a like on our videos. We'd really appreciate that. And yeah, it's going to be the third test match. We'll be here with all the latest from the match that's going to be coming up in Mumbai. Red soil, left arm spinners doing well. We don't know what.
A certain Monty Panesar and Michael Clark will be aware of it.
Ajaz Patel.
Ajaz Patel, 10 for the perfect 10.
Correct. So yeah.
Indeed.
Thank you. Take care. Good night. Bye bye. Shubhratri, Vanakkam, Nandri.
Eat your vegetables and don't trouble your mother and enjoy the festive season.